And folks, once again, the winning numbers are 05, 24, 32, 67. Powerball is reporting the jackpot at an estimated record-breaking $2 billion.
Listen, I'll call you back later.
Hi, I'm Avery.
And I'm Maddie.
And welcome to the Transcript.
This week, Takeaways goes to Pokemoto.
Hamped Up checks out fencing.
And we talked to Senator Ed Markey.
This week, we looked into the NHS fencing team and why their numbers have been dwindling. Fencing is a combat sport in which points are scored by the weapon's contact with the opponent. The first documentation of the sport can be traced back to 18th century Europe during the Renaissance. There are three forms of fencing: foil, épée, and saber. We talked to the fencing team's captain and some of their athletes to learn more about their season.
So the perception of fencing not being popular is actually a little backwards. Fencing is one of the original sports in the Olympics. It's one of the original when it started again. And so it has been going on for a very long time. It's not necessarily popular in high school sports now, in my experience, because it's actually a year-long sport. The United States Fencing Association USA Fencing does all of the sport and all of their tournaments year-round. So the idea of high school fencing or fencing in a high school league as a winter sport, I think, takes people out of the cycle of your more traditional or national competitive fencing in a way that there's a disconnect between what we do in the high school fencing and what other fencers actually do. Next, for the team, I would like to see us be able to field a full 18-person team going out to Boston for the actual high school league for Massachusetts. That means of the students we have right now, we need 10 more. So that's generally one person in addition to who we have for épée and saber, which are two of our big weapons. And then we need a full foil team. So if you love fencing, you love the idea of it, we have a spot for you right now.
I wanted to join the fencing team because it's a very unique sport that not many people know about or play. I think we could use nicer gear because it's kind of old and used. We can't really afford new stuff. My favorite part about fencing is that there's a lot of really nice people.
I had already been fencing here at PVFA since 6th grade, so it was the next logical step, given that I also went to NHS. My favorite part of fencing, I don't know, it would have to be just like winning. But it's satisfying to win in a contact sport.
If you are interested in joining, there are flyers around the school, or you can email head coach Nicole Mann for more information. Thanks for watching and see you next week.
Welcome to Takeaways. This week we've traveled to the new Pokemoto restaurant nestled in the downtown heart of Northampton. Pokemoto was founded by Thomas Nguyen in 2017 in New Haven, Connecticut. While living in Hawaii, he discovered and fell in love with traditional Hawaiian poke. He realized that there was a gap in the New England market, which is known for amazing seafood but was missing poke. Hope you enjoy.
Welcome to Takeaways episode It Doesn't Matter, we're the best segment.
Today, me and Parker and Rory behind the camera are at Pokemoto. It's a Hawaiian Poke Bowl restaurant cuisine located right next to Local Burger and Majestic. And we just decided, it's time to go the local route. It's time to go closer to home, get some nice, new, interesting, and exciting cuisine.
Let's dig in.
Yeah. So, Parker, what was your bowl? What did you get?
I got the sweet and spicy, I think, shrimp bowl. I added some stuff in, but it looks good.
Yeah, I got the sesame ginger chicken. I just got it with white rice, jalapenos, masego, wonton crisps, squash, cilantro, a whole bunch of stuff. Honestly, it's pretty delicious. How do I describe it? It's just good. You know what I mean? Do you get where I'm coming from?
Wow. That wasabi is no joke.
Parker got some wasabi in his bowl.
Apparently I caught a good bit of it.
It's, quote, no joke, end quote. Like a special variety that you don't really see in stores. You don't see it in vending machines or anything like that. Like this is like straight from the source. And honestly, it's like a good, also a good cleanser, some good flavor. So I give this drink 8 out of 10.
Alright. We got the Hawaiian Sun Strawberry Guava Nectar. 10 out of 10.
This is the bowl. This is the regular size bowl. Honestly, appearance, all the colors, the contrasting colors. We do have some primary colors in here. We also have some secondary colors in here. And it's important to note that orange is a secondary color and so is green. So appearance, I would say, is a 9.5 out of 10. No, a 10 out of 10.
Wow, I think that's the first 10 we've had. Very different here. I love it. I think it tastes even better than it looks. I'm gonna go with the 9.5. And get my miso soup. 9 out of 10. Easily.
Wow, fair enough. Now there is a Pokeball place in Florence, but honestly I think this place is a lot better in my opinion. It's perfectly priced, there's a lot more stuff in it. The Pokeball place in Florence is a little bit more overpriced in my opinion, and it's just worse food. And so it's like a new twist on Pokeball. It's an exciting twist, and it's just good food.
This past week, as the election race has heated up, members of our local community gathered in Pulaski Park to get out the vote. Along with many other speakers, Lindsay Sabadosa and Senator Ed Markey were both in attendance. We talked to Dallas Ducar, a local LGBTQ+ activist and CEO of Trans Health, and Senator Markey about the importance of youth vote in this midterm election.
The event today is a Voting with Pride event, and so this is a chance for the LGBTQ community and all of their allies to really show up and be able to say, we're going to be here, we're queer, and we're going to get out the vote. And right now in this country, there is a large amount of new voters who are likely LGBTQ that really are not voting. And we are here to try to tap that vote and say, this is the time, this is the moment to really show up for freedom, for democracy, and for our own pursuit of happiness. There's other areas in the country where you can't even say gay, right, in schools. Other areas in the country where gender-affirming healthcare is banned and we're not able to make the choice of our own healthcare choices. There are other areas in the country where there are so many LGBTQ people that are disenfranchised and as a result disillusioned. So instead we're using relational activism here today to ask everyone to get out their phone and to really text a couple people and make sure that they have made a voting plan. Young voters are the future, right? If we don't have the youth vote, if we don't have people, young people that feel that they can actually be participants in our democracy, then we don't have a future. We don't have a democracy. So today it's critically important to ensure that every single young person knows that they can exercise the right to vote and that they are fundamentally important to showing up for our democracy. I want to tell the voters of Northampton High School that they have a voice and they need to exercise that voice. And now is the chance to stand up and exercise your voice.
It's important for students to vote because climate change and their future is on the ballot. So is in education, whether or not we're going to pass a referendum that will add at least $1 billion a year to the education budget of our state for every student. It's also critically important that students stand up for racial equality, for protections for everyone in our society, because that's who young people are. They do believe in justice. They do believe in equality. So for young people on November 8th, on Tuesday, it's just imperative that they get out and vote because they're voting for their own futures and as a result for the future of our country. Well, they should get out there because everything's at stake. Donald Trump is out there. Donald Trump is spewing hatred across our country, and the answer is the idealism and the vision of young people. They have led us throughout our history, and now is the time for young people once again to stand up and provide that leadership. We cannot allow hatred to win on the ballot. We need light, we need justice, we need hope for everyone, and young people represent all those values.
Make sure you are registered to vote in the next election if you are eligible. Thank you so much for watching, and see you next week.
Watch a tiger, hidden dragon. We the best, and you know we ain't bragging. It feels so right up where I belong. 'Cause I found my place. I found my place. What a ride, I knew I was strong. Now I found my place. I found my place. Now I feel it. I'm comfortable in my skin. I'm going caution.
Seniors, make sure to send in your photos to the yearbook committee.
And stay tuned for more ways to help out.
Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you next week.